We starting out? Here we go.
Yeah, fuck it.
Episode fucking 40. Who's your favorite 40? Touching tips, Edward 40 hands.
Number 40. I don't.
Have you ever done Edward 40 hands?
Yeah.
No, I've never done that.
it? Yeah.
Nah.
That was a big college thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
What was your favorite 40?
Bro, I was such a pussy when I first started drinking. I was like a Zima and a Smirnoff Ice guy.
Okay, gotcha.
Like, I would try to take shots of Crown with my friends, and I would throw up
Yeah.
about it and be like, I don't know what's wrong with me.
Hey,
And I was always like a picky eater, like stubborn picky eater. Like, I don't care. I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah.
So, like, when the alcohol started having that effect, I was just like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you strike me as a utilitarian where it's just like, just give me whatever that I can just get down my gullet so I could get drunk.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't start drinking until like halfway through my senior year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was actually one of those kids that was like,
Yeah, you're the straight edge kids.
I was like proud. Yeah, but it was before straight edge was like a thing. You know,
Yeah.
I had like no words to identify what I was doing,
Yeah.
you know? And then my best friend was like, I'm probably going to die in the desert because I signed up for the military. You want to have some drinks with me? And I was like, I'll have some drinks with you.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how I became a maniac
Yeah.
for a little bit in my life. But yeah, I don't know.
Did your buddy end up dying in the desert?
No.
No. Oh, was
He got
that
a Purple Heart.
Yeah, that was the Wayne kid, right?
No,
Was it a different kid? All
he
right.
went into the military and got in trouble before he got deployed.
Yeah.
So instead of going to the desert, he went to the jail.
I had one of those.
Went to the prison.
I had a buddy, Russ, who he joined the Navy, and lo and behold, nobody realized it at the time. He joined the Navy because he was like getting into drugs and was like, I want to be able to like do something other than this. There's even more drugs in the Navy. Like, all it is drugs. So, like, you're on a fucking boat, like, parked in the Persian Gulf or whatever, like, next to Afghanistan, just like, oh, this is just where heroin is, you know? So, yeah, he got, like, really wrapped up into drugs. He got fucking dishonorably discharged.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, the fuck else? What was I going to leave? Oh, yeah, it's 40s, though. Like, you were never a 40 guy?
Nope.
No.
And I'd have to say, like, if you did give me one of the traditional 40s, I'd much rather just be like, is there like a Bud Light or something available?
Yeah, I mean, they're gross. Like, malt
Yeah.
liquor is fucking gross. But,
Like, I remember like mixing them with like orange juice and fruit punch was like big
Yeah.
in my day in Florida. I don't know if that's like a Florida thing, like OE and OJ.
Yeah? Damn.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or like they'd mix it with fruit punch just to make it a little more tolerable.
yeah.
I don't know. But again, I was like, that's gross. I don't eat stuff that I don't like, and I don't like this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have a Zima with Jolly Rancher in it.
I was a private stock guy. Private stock and Valentine's.
That's
Valentine's
crazy.
was
I haven't seen the private stock bottle in a while.
Yeah.
That's a nice ref.
good. Yeah. I don't even. Do they even exist anymore?
I don't know.
Anyway.
That's a good
Yeah.
thing. I mean, before we started the episode, you were talking about how we started incorporating pictures onto our little thing. It's getting you in trouble because that trans thing was on there.
my wife thinks that
Yeah.
I'm like fucking looking at trans porn now.
So
that's
this
cool.
the same thing happened to me the other day while I was at the airport bar,
Yeah.
and this guy is asking me if I remember this internet sensation of a lady from back in the day because he thought the lady was at the bar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know if you remember this lady. You have to remember her. I believe her thing was I Deep Throat or Heather Brooke.
Oh,
if you remember
yes,
her
I know
real
Heather
name.
Brooke. Yeah.
Yeah. She's like the first, she's like the one that
Yeah, the original like amateur
like
porn
the
star.
original OnlyFans lady, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And so he was like trying to convince me that this lady was at the bar. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like she probably looks beat now. You know what I mean? A
Probably.
lifetime in porn, you probably don't look like that at 55 or however old this lady
And
probably
also,
is now. Like
the appeal of Heather Brooke was that she looked like literally everybody. So it's just like
Yeah.
everybody knew a girl who looked exactly like
Yeah.
Heather Brooke.
Just
you know?
some
One of my wife's friends looks exactly like Heather Brooke. And I've never been like, you look like Heather Brooke, because that would make me seem like a creep. But
Yeah.
she does. Yeah.
yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah.
So I googled the fucking girl. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I'm like looking at her. I'm like, and then I'm like, no, it's like porn on the screen on my phone, like looking
Yeah.
to match this face. You know what I mean? So I'm like, so I decide this is probably not a good
You
idea.
walk up to her and you're like, could you do me a favor? Could you just go like that?
Yeah, so I decided it's not a good idea to have this out at work like that, and
Yeah.
I just put the phone away and put it in my pocket, right? So then I go, and this is also at the end of this shift, I'm heading out to have, I guess, a brunch at a Sunday brunch at my dad's house, right?
Yeah.
So now, and this isn't even on like the fucking, on the JO tab. This is on like the normal fucking
Yeah.
internet that I looked this
Like
up.
you just
know?
open up Safari and there it is.
Yeah, like this isn't on like some fucking incognito
Yeah.
Chrome buried in my phone somewhere. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So So now I'm sitting next to my stepmother at the table at dinner, right? And we're talking about something, and I'm like, that can't be right. So I just open my phone.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm
then
like,
there it is.
I'm like talking with my phone in my hand, you know, not realizing Heather Brooke is still getting fucked in the ass on the screen on my phone. Yeah. And I was just like, holy fuck. Like, and like backstory, like when I used to come up and see my dad for the holidays or in any school vacation or whatever like that, I had like I used to be hustling like Playboys and shit. You know what I mean? So I would bring up the stash that I had accumulated over the course of the school year, and I'd be like, yo, I can probably sell these to my friends, my grade school friends that I see every now and then. You know what I mean? So I would like pack like, I don't know, probably like 40 or 50 porno mags like in my bag with all my clothes around it as like a 13-year-old, 15-year-old, something like that.
Like serial killer levels of porn.
Yes. In like a hockey equipment bag. That's what I would use as my luggage. I'll come up here. So my stepmom finds my giant stash of porno magazines. She's like a religious lady. You know what I mean? She's not happy.
Yep.
Now my dad's got to be like, yo, what the fuck? You know
Why
what I
do
mean?
you have all this porn, you fucking weirdo?
Yeah, which he did. So then like, and also like funny story, I feel like now we're like replaying this in my head. He's like, so you brought these up here to sell them? And I was like, yeah. And like, he's like kind of like the grinder of the family.
Like,
you know? He's kind of like,
it's a good venture.
yeah. Like I like now replaying it in my head. He's like, nice. Like he couldn't help but have like a gleaming in his eye. I'd be like, that's a nice hustle. I can't believe I didn't think of that when I was a kid. But anyway, so I have this backstory with my stepmom. You know what I mean? And I'm
now
like,
you have
holy
this,
shit, I'm 40 years old and this is fucking happening all over again. So I'm like, oh my god. So now I'm like like trying to get to like the bottom of the page
just to get out of it.
I don't know why I didn't just think to like swipe. You know what I mean? It's like you get caught jerking off. You're like, oh. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm like,
I mean, at that point, it's just you chuck your phone through the fucking window.
Yeah,
It's
and
like,
hang
shit.
yourself. Yeah. So then, and I was also waiting, like, who the hell? I'm trying to think of who was sitting next to me. I was like kind of like isolated at the table. I don't think anybody was sitting directly next to me. So it's not like my wife was like, what the fuck? You know? And so I'm like, God damn. So then like, I forget what I'm Googling. Somebody else picks up the conversation. It dies. You know what I mean? So now I'm like trying to like read body language and stuff of my
See if anyone
stepmom.
else sees it.
But I don't even know if she saw it. Am I just being paranoid? You know what I mean? Like I'm on a million gummy bears and been hitting vape pens the whole ride from the airport to Coventry. So I'm like,
I have all sorts of things that everyone should be ashamed of.
Yeah. So then, shortly thereafter, it's like I do end up Googling whatever I did want to Google.
Yeah.
And my stepmom like goes and like puts her glasses on because she can't see.
Yeah.
And I just felt I'm like, oh,
yes.
You're fucking blind now?
Yeah.
You're blind because you're fucking getting old? All right, nice. I think I'm off the hook.
Yeah. Me and my brother have like a famous line because my mom was like the porn Nazi. Like anytime she found porn in her house, she like freaked the fuck out. But there was one time she found like a porno mag of mine, and the line me and my brother always like say to each other now to like just bust her balls is she had the porno mag like in her tight iron gripped hand, like shaking in front of me. She's like, "This isn't love, this is screwing." And it was like, oh my god, we just like started dying laughing like right in front of her face, like totally deflated.
Oh,
her.
that's
like,
awesome.
Yeah, but it was just yeah, she fucking hated porn.
That's when that's when like they start hitting you with a kitchen utensil.
Yeah. I mean, fucking, we had no positive male influences. All we did was just look at porn. You know?
Yeah.
Fuck her. Anyway, yeah. I don't think I've ever had like a near like catch though with porn on my phone. I'm not really a porn on the phone guy. It's like kind of I don't ever really need to look. I don't need to be like going out and about and looking at porn. So
yeah. I mean, every time that I've been caught, it's like something silly like this. Yeah, you know.
I was gonna say your story tracks though.
It's not like I'm like beating it in the stall.
Yeah,
which I did, dude. I was getting my hair cut next to this dude one time, and he was like telling the whole barbershop that he'd be like looking at porn while he's taking a shit and stuff like that. And I'm like,
that's weird.
This is where it's going.
Yeah.
It's totally normalized.
Well, now dudes are like jerking off anywhere. Did you hear about the fucking dude? I think he was a Red Sox actually. Like somebody in Major League Baseball, I'm pretty sure he was a Red Sox, like was jerking off in a parking lot and got like caught doing it. It's like, what the fuck, dude? You're a goddamn millionaire baseball player. You can't jerk off like at your house. Like, what the fuck is
I
wrong
think
with
I know
you?
who you're talking about. I think the guy was like in an RV or something like that.
Well,
And it was
whatever.
like kind of like a case like the cops breaking his balls, but still, it's
Oh.
like you're never gonna escape that.
I just remember whoever it was, I think somebody got struck out eventually by like a relief pitcher or something, and as the relief pitcher was coming off the mound, he like was screaming at him, "You got caught jerking off in a parking lot, you fucking loser."
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, there's like some dude like on the Red Sox that got suspended last year because somebody was like, the guy was telling him that he doesn't need a bat, he needs a tennis racket.
Oh
You
yeah,
need a
yeah,
tennis racket.
the F word.
And the guy, he goes, "Shut the fuck up, you fucking F
yeah.
word." Yeah, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
I mean, to be
But like you know that his jersey sales like went through the roof
I would
because of
imagine.
that. Like
Yeah.
that's fucking so funny.
yeah. I mean, you're at home plate though, man. It's like you're on national television. You can't say that to people.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, that's just not how it works. You know?
There is like a thing going viral though about the like why do they even have microphones there in the first place? Because there's
That's true. Yeah.
It's not anything bad this time around, but the guy somebody hits a home run in spring training. As soon as the bat cracks the ball, the guy goes, "Holy fuck!"
Yeah.
Like you just hear it like right. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It is kind of inviting just dangerous shit.
Yeah. Yo, some of the best stuff to look at, if you want to go down that road, is Kevin Garnett.
Oh yeah.
His shit that has made it onto TV is insane.
Yeah.
The shit that
Well, he has a potty mouth.
the shit that he's been able to get on network
Yeah.
television is fucking wild. So
I think for the most part, it's like it provides a cool opportunity for like behind the scenes shit. Have you ever seen like the mic'd up of Matt Stafford? I probably have already talked about it.
The only Matt Stafford I think I've ever seen mic'd up is when he gets like hurt.
Yeah, the
That's-
separated shoulder.
Yeah.
It's fucking the coolest like minute and 48 seconds of any sport thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like it's just like a continuous shot of him getting hurt, then being like coming off, and him being like, as they're fucking going back out on the field, it's like 10 seconds left or 39 seconds left on the fucking clock. And, he's like, I can play. Get me back out there. And they just get him back out there. He throws the fucking touchdown. And as he's coming off the field, I'm like, it's out. It's like fucking arm was like, he was out for the rest of the year. He got fucked up.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
Yeah. But like, he literally like threw the game-winning touchdown with like a separated shoulder. Yeah.
I wonder who the backup is. It was like,
Oh, it was Dante Culpepper. Yeah.
oh yeah, I would have put Stafford back in.
So that was the Browns. It was against the Browns. And Stafford got hurt on the last play of the game, basically. It was like a fucking... it was a penalty. So they come back out there with Dante Culpepper at first, and then the Browns actually call a timeout because it was one of those things where they saw the formation and wanted to get in, the people they wanted. So they allowed basically Stafford to have the time to then go in and throw the fucking game-winning touchdown. It was
Typical Cleveland Browns
yeah, exactly.
organization.
Figuring out how worse to fucking handle something. But that shit was fucking dope. Like, it was honestly the coolest fucking thing ever to be able to see. But yeah, for the most part, like the mic'd up moments are just like, I don't think we need this,
Yeah.
Like have you ever seen the mic'd up moment of like Peyton Manning screaming at Jeff Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh, we'll run the ball when we run. Tell you to run the ball. It's like, this isn't a great look for you, Peyton. Sound like a bitch.
I
Yeah.
saw him talking about that recently,
Yeah.
and he's like, yeah, I don't know how that. He's like, because I'm basically just yelling at the whole offensive line. He's like, I don't know how somebody
Yeah.
just
A combined
picked me up
total
and
of like
put me in the trash can.
Yeah.
Like,
a combined total of 1,500 pounds of human beings.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. So there's that. What do we got here? Providence man held without bail?
yeah. So they I don't know. I follow this thing. What's going on in Rhode Island, right?
Yeah.
So this dude's fucked. He's like 30 years old. He's got he had 100 grams of fentanyl, 200 grams of cocaine, and 750 grams of marijuana.
Jesus
Like-
Christ.
You say Jesus Christ, but like you can't unless you're like a crazy hustler. I feel like you don't know what that is.
What, 100 grams of fentanyl?
Yeah, you just know that it's bad.
100 grams is a lot of fentanyl. Like,
How many off the top of your head though? Like tell me in some other
yeah.
form how much that is.
What do you mean? Like, I'm talking like what it actually looks like?
Yeah, like you don't have any representation of this at all. You know
I mean,
what
I'm
I mean?
picturing
So
100 grams being probably like a quart container filled with fentanyl.
I mean, an ounce is 28 grams.
Yeah.
So that's basically 4 ounces of fentanyl.
That's a lot of
that he
fentanyl.
had.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's not a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that they put it in these numbers, right?
Oh,
And the
gotcha.
suburban housewife doesn't know what you're talking about, and the hustlers at home don't know what you're talking about either.
Yeah.
Like, just say he had 4 ounces of fentanyl, and he
Yeah.
had 8 ounces of coke, and he had whatever 750.
So we're just more or less arguing the imperial or metric system at this point.
Not even though, because it's like it's almost like you get. It's almost like when you're talking about numbers in writing.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to write a number out if it's under a certain amount of digits, right? And
Right.
you're going to use the numbers for it if it's over a certain amount, right?
Yeah.
So, like, anything past, like, 7 grams, like, that's a quarter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, what the fuck are we doing? Like,
Right.
tell me, chop it up into 8 balls, or chop it up into ounces, or
Yeah.
chop it up into something that anybody who would stop and read this
Would be able to
that's
understand.
interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you just
Give
made
me the lowest common
you just
denominator.
made me do dimensional analysis to figure out how much trouble this guy's actually in.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I can see that.
And then
it's kind of like the people who refer to their kids as like, my child's like 72 months old. And it's like you're doing math. It's like, you're motherfucking 6.
Yeah.
Like, just tell me he's 6. you
Great,
know?
I'm 1,192 months old.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking fuck you and your kid.
Yeah.
But then that also brought me to the fact of, like, is this whole fentanyl issue, like, it's like people like this are getting fentanyl and trying to step on their drugs with the fentanyl, and they just can't do math?
Yeah.
That's what this is all about. You're just killing people because you can't do math and measure the right way.
pretty much. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And also, like, if fentanyl is so much more powerful than heroin, like, why are we even if fentanyl is so readily available, why are you not just microdosing on fentanyl?
Some people do. Yeah.
Yep. So that's it.
Yeah.
What are we even doing with heroin anymore? Right? It's over.
Yeah. It had its moment. It's over.
Especially if you can just order fentanyl from the dark web from China,
Yeah.
and it just shows up, and you're like, okay, I just need to measure this the right way.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Measure twice, cut once.
the fentanyl shit's crazy though. Because all they have to do is just change like one molecule, and all of a sudden it's a legal compound that's like that's available to be sold and distributed like overseas.
Yeah.
So that's the problem right now, is that like every time they like make fentanyl, like, you know, a compound of fentanyl illegal, well, just another one just pops up and then just becomes like, all right, well, this is the one we're selling now.
Yeah.
You know. So
Yeah, it's like I don't understand. Like, just tell AI to predict the other forms that they're going to do it and
Yeah.
make them illegal beforehand.
yeah. Well, I don't know, because I think the part of the problem too is that like a lot of those compounds are like medically necessary. Like, they're used for like anesthesia and shit and fucking, you know, whatever, like pain pills and shit and whatnot. So I mean, it's kind of like some of them they do need to actually make, but some of them are just synthesized just to be.
I think we're doing all
Drugs.
right. I don't know.
Yeah.
How much more powerful than morphine do you need to get? We had morphine in like World War II. You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
We're fine.
We
You
had it
don't
in
need
World
any
War
of this.
One. I think we even had it like the fucking late 18. Yeah, because fucking people used to drink laudanum, like the fucking opium fucking drink or whatever. I was like in the late 1800s. Everybody was addicted to opium because they were drinking that
What's
shit.
that word you just said?
Laudanum. Is that what it is? I think it's law.
I don't know. I know what I think.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like I've read that before.
Yeah.
That's not how I said it,
Oh, really?
but I've done that.
I'm gonna Google that. I thought that's what it was called. What is the opium drink? This is making for great podcast content.
Bro, there were times in my college days where my boy got his wisdom teeth taken out, and they gave him fucking like
Laudanum. Yeah, so it's not laudanum, it's laudanum. Laudanum.
yeah
Yeah.
laudanum. Yeah, sure.
Sorry. Anyway, continue.
I don't know. They gave my boy like 2 fucking mouthwash bottle size things of like liquid hydrocodone.
Yeah.
And me and my boy were just smoking bongs and laying in my waterbed together,
Drinking
mad
codeine?
gay. Yeah, drink. But it's like, dude, we very easily could have fentanyled ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they would just then the story would have been like, oh yeah, they found Ryan and Mark in a waterbed together, dead
Doing gay stuff in
Yeah.
a waterbed. How close you came to being shamed forever.
forever.
Yeah. So yeah, is the whole. All right, I'm not gonna say that one. So yeah, your wife doesn't know about the Simpsons?
dude, my wife doesn't know about anything, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like she didn't have cable for a certain amount of time, and then, like, maybe
Now she's almost like a weird Amish person.
yeah, it's like she like made the comment the other day. She's like, it's like I just never got past Facebook, and I'm like, that is a perfect example of this, because I feel like at a certain point, like, it's almost like you need to have a history of memes degree now.
Yeah.
Because there's so many concepts like stacked on top of each other that make memes funny now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's like the Crying Jordan, except now it's like devolved into like all
Yes.
sorts of other shit.
but there's all these other little twists on everything where, like, if you haven't been in the meme game for like the last decade, like, you might miss it. And like, literally, I'll show her something that should take like
a moment to understand.
nanoseconds to cackle at, and she's like, you know what I mean? Like an old person looking at a phone. I'm like, how do you not get this right away?
That's
like,
how I feel about Zach's memes now. With fucking, he keeps sending these JD Vance ones, like the ones where he's like fatter and like weirder looking, and like he has like eyeshadow, he has like emo JD Vance. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. What do any of these even mean?
Yeah,
like I don't know.
Maybe I never really got into the emo scene, so maybe there's like undertones that you just.
I don't know.
No,
there's just different. There's different JD Vances out there, I guess.
Yeah,
they all kind of look like weirdly toddler-like and fat.
I mean, the last good ones that I saw were like when the two boys sat down with the Ukraine guy.
Yeah,
and they're like just sitting there. It's like when the broke motherfucker tells you to order wings. That was a good one.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So we did just have St. Patrick's Day. We could talk about that. Although you took it off. Right?
Yeah. I was very, very happy to not have to work St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day is an absolute fucking toilet of a holiday. A whole island of Ireland can sink into the fucking ocean for all I care. But yeah.
I feel like it's like there's all these people that are like, oh, veterans only get one day, but there's a whole Pride Month. Yeah. There's a whole Black History Month. It's like, well, you only get one St. Patrick's Day. It's like, bro, if they gave you a St. Patrick's Month, the world would burn down.
We'd be cleaning puke off the fucking street for years.
It'd be like the 1800s all over again.
Yeah.
There'd be a potato famine happening. Like, it would just be uncontrollable. And I just don't, you know that they've like almost made like a kid's version of St. Patrick's Day now. Are you aware of this?
No.
Like there's like some version of like Buddy. Is that the Elf on the Shelf motherfucker's
Oh, they
name?
do like a leprechaun thing now? Yeah.
There's something for little kids.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, this is a holiday for trash people to celebrate their heritage and get hammered. And we're making this like a little
kid
we're
thing.
Indoctrinating kids into this. Like, if anything, we should just be getting rid of these holidays.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you want to put your mental disabilities on full display and turn up the volume to 11 with a bottle of Jameson?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. You wanna puke a fucking green bagel over the fucking like streets?
You know, it did have me thinking though, when I was a drunk, I did love a nice Irish car bomb.
Try ordering one at an Irish bar. See what happens.
Why?
Like an Irish bar? They don't think that's funny at all. Like whatsoever. Like calling it an Irish car bomb? Do you understand the genesis of the Irish car bomb,
yes.
right? Yeah. Like the Troubles and shit in the 70s?
Fucking, I'll call it a fucking 9/11 something or other.
I'm just saying.
I mean? Just turn the tides.
For them, it was a struggle that they, like, still fight for, technically, for their independence. They don't think that shit's funny. You get fucked up if you go to a bar in Ireland asking for Irish car bombs. Like, that's one quick way of fucking learning who the Conor McGregor of the group is.
There's got to be like a politically correct way to order it.
Yeah.
They're just like, no, it's not allowed.
I want you to take a... Yeah, exactly. It's like, no, don't even attempt to work around
it. I'm not trying to get my ass kicked.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a nice guy.
I want to get a shot of Jameson and a Guinness. And then just leave enough room so that way I can fit it inside. It's like, I know what you're doing.
Bro, that'd be so funny. Like if somebody was pissing you off at a bar in Ireland or something like that, and you do go up,
Irish car bombs for everybody.
No, not even that. You order like you have somebody order a shot of Bailey's.
Yep.
Right, because you're trying to conceal this, and then you go and get a Jameson and a fucking what am I missing? And a Guinness.
Yeah.
And then you just like look at the bartender, slamming like, get the fuck out of here, all you guys.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really compare them because obviously one was much worse than the other, but it'd be the equivalent of like going to Tel Aviv and being like, "Hey, can I get a Holocaust?" It's like, what?
Yeah.
So yeah, they don't think it's funny. Anyway,
Is there a spirit of Israel?
yeah. What did Jews? Oh, what's the fucking wine that they always drink?
Does
Fucking-
it come in like that thing that has like the peanuts on it? Like it has like a weird bottle.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like
It starts with M. Manischewitz, isn't that it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sounds like it is.
There's a lot of fucking
Hey,
consonants.
do you have a fucking
Yeah.
liquor called the Modest Yahoo or some
Yeah.
shit? Like I'll have one of those. I remember there being some having like some Jewish beer on my menu back in the day.
Yeah.
Because my bar manager was like a Italian Jew.
That's okay.
That's what it said on his bar key. Somebody had that like engraved for him.
Italian Jew.
Yeah.
All right. Good for him.
I can't think of the name of the beer though. I can see I remember like the label and you're like, oh, it's definitely from
Yeah.
Israel.
I was just at my brother's house and I saw that in his like liquor cabinet, he had a half of a handle of Yukon Jack. And I was like, I didn't even know they fucking sold that shit anymore. It's the 100 proof, and literally it's not a whiskey, it's not an anything.
It's not, right? It's some kind of weird.
Well, you look at the bottom, it just says liquor with whiskey flavor. That's basically what it is. So you're basically just drinking like grain alcohol that's fucking caramel colored, basically, is what Yukon Jack is. But like the fucking motto of it, which I never realized, was only the strong survive. I was like, that's no true words have been spoken. I fucking opened that shit up, dude, took one whiff, and it was immediately like 25 years earlier. I'm passed out in a fucking collapsed tent with puke all over myself, like in the middle of the woods. And I'm like, I immediately started like gagging. I was like, oh, god damn. Oh, Yukon Jack. Yeah.
What's the other thing that's like that? That's like some kind of whiskey.
Like SoCo? Like a SoCo 100 proof or something? Or
Nah, SoCo is like there's a thing to be argued about because the recipe has switched up a few times. So
Yeah.
depending on the last
think
time
now-
you went on a deep dive.
yeah, I think now it's back to being a whiskey again. But there was a period of time where it was the same thing, where it was like
a rum.
liqueur. It was like a whiskey-based liqueur or something.
Like the
Yeah.
last time I went on a deep dive, it was more in the rum category than anything else.
Oh, see, I
and
didn't know that.
And
Yeah.
then I was arguing this with Ben,
Yeah.
and he was like, "No, it's a fucking peach flavored whiskey."
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know how we can be so decisive on this and not even consider somebody else's. You know what I mean? And I went and looked it up, and it said the people that have been making it, like the what do you want to call it? The base of it
Yeah.
has changed a few times over the years.
Right.
So, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Irish Mist.
Oh,
That's what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
okay. Yeah.
That's another weirdo like Yukon Jack. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
But I think it is.
I think that is
I think
whiskey,
it
though.
actually is whiskey. Yeah. Like I remember having that at Red Lobster.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell they put that in. Maybe some kind of like mudslide, or maybe that was what was in their Irish coffee. It was like that
Yeah.
and Bailey's or something.
See,
but
I always pictured like Irish Mist being like a bottle of like Irish whiskey that they half emptied and then like refilled with like Frangelico or something. Like it's like sweet.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't think I ever had it on its own. I just
Yeah.
remember that bottle from back in the day being like, oh,
Yeah. Well, that was the bottle that that was the bottle in like 1999 everybody had on their shelf and had for the past like 12 years. Like, I don't know when that was popular, but it
Yeah.
wasn't even like when I started bartending.
yeah. Remember like when whiskey was like Seagram 7
Yeah.
and
Canadian Club. And
CC,
yeah.
VO, Crown, Special Reserve.
we don't even have a Canadian whiskey anymore.
You don't have Crown?
I fucking hate Crown. Fuck Crown just because of the bottle shape. They changed it a little bit.
They made it a
but
little
it's
more
still
manageable.
it's still not great.
Yeah.
So like for me, like if I were to ever go down the Canadian whiskey well again, I would probably just do CC or Seagrams or something. But anything that has a normal shape to it, like go fuck yourself. Try to be different, you fucking whack jobs. How the fuck am I supposed to fit that in a fucking well? This stupid fucking bulb of a bottle.
Well, now that they switched it up a little bit,
Yeah.
it's like basically it's making up for the negative space created, and I only know this because that's how the well's set up at the airport. But the Crown and the St. Elder bottle are in the same thing.
Gotcha. So you can have
So
a
it's
skinny
like-
bottle. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, like now you don't by putting a 750 in the well, you don't have that weird
Yeah.
negative space. But still, like, fuck that. Just
have normal size
yeah, I
bottles.
don't understand that either. Like, can we just get a fucking liter-sized bottle of Elder or Saint Germain or whatever?
Yeah. St. Elder sucks.
Yeah.
Saint Germain, like I don't think either one of them are. I wouldn't drink either one of them, but Saint Germain is so much better than Saint Elder. Saint Elder is like straight tastes like fucking
Yeah,
garbage.
I don't know. I've never really been a
elderflower guy.
a floral component in my drinks. Like maybe like no. I was gonna say hibiscus, but then I remembered and I was like, nah.
Yeah. It all tastes like fucking like the soap you have like in your grandma's bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or cilantro if you're one of those people.
I love cilantro. Yeah.
Well, you know, cilantro tastes like soap to some people.
Yeah.
That's
Same.
weird.
It's the same thing. Have you ever heard the asparagus thing?
No.
So there's 3 types of people when it comes to asparagus. People whose pee does not smell when they drink or when they eat asparagus. There's people whose pee smells and they can smell it. But then there's a third group of people who their pee smells, but they don't have it, like they can't physically smell their own pee smell. Like that's a subset of people where it's like for whatever reason, like it does release the pheromone, whatever the fuck they are, the scent of the ammonia, but you yourself cannot smell it. So yeah,
That third guy like tells you about his crazy night out, and you're like, you ate whose pussy?
yeah, pretty much.
Stinky Susan? He's like, didn't stink at all. And
Yeah.
you're like, brother, you are in the grace of God.
Yeah.
What about this right here? Last episode, you told me that I cursed you with this drink, and then I saw this on Amazon.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not getting that though?
Oh, wait, what? Amazon is recommending you drink the Baroness. Oh shit! I didn't see that one. Yeah, that's a crack pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's like if I could put that in my theoretical Long Island iced tea served in
Yeah.
a garbage can,
Oh, that'd be perfect.
drank out of a crack pipe, I'll fucking love it.
I mean, what are they even calling that? That's just a crack pipe, is what they're doing.
10-piece glass straws, shatter resistant.
I mean, God bless you, but Amazon's just selling you crack pipes.
Yeah.
Is that like their go round? Is that like
Dude, look at how perfect this transition was. Look at the name of underneath that thing.
Steven Smith?
No.
Oh.
Look at the person who commented on this screenshot that I took.
Yeah.
Fucking Stinky Cooters. That's somebody's fucking Instagram name. That's so funny. I really missed out on not selecting that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's wild.
To get into it, Stephen A. Smith was like ranting about something, and I just had it like on my phone playing, like while I was like food prepping.
Yeah.
And she just like looked at me and she goes, "What's wrong with him?"
I mean, he's been on television too long. That's probably the main thing I find what's wrong with Stephen A. Smith.
I don't know. I used to like Stephen A. Smith. Like back in the day when he used to have a show that was on like at the same time around like Jim Rome is Burning.
Yeah.
And then he would come on. He used to be asking like the tough questions.
Yeah. Now
Like-
I just feel like he just doesn't watch sports and yells at people.
Yes,
That's kind of what
I
that's
agree.
what he does.
He just
you know?
turned into a talking head.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I wish I remember what he was talking about. My wife was like, "What the hell is wrong with this guy?"
Top 3 Bruce Willis movies?
Yeah.
I mean, Die Hard for sure is one. Last Boy Scout. You ever seen that?
Nope.
That's a fucking great one. And I'll go Bruce Willis. I mean, I'll finish it out with Die Hard with a Vengeance.
No, Die
Yeah.
Hard's all just one thing.
What? You can't. They're separate movies.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but Die Hard 2 sucks. And then also all of the Die Hards that have subsequently come out afterwards like are all terrible. It's basically Die Hard 1 and Die Hard with a Vengeance are 2 Die Hard movies that are good, and then outside of that you just pretend none of the other ones even exist.
why were we? I don't understand. We definitely were talking about something to do with a Bruce Willis or Bruce. Oh, we were talking about
Sixth Sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I had to put that on there.
Yeah, Sixth Sense is good. I just I'm not like a big like horror like suspense guy or whatever usually, you know.
I feel like I'm gonna put Die Hard on there,
yeah.
right? But to me, Bruce Willis, like, I remember him a lot
Yeah.
from. I can't think of the name of the movie. Pulp Fiction.
No, what is it?
It's Pulp
look
Fiction.
who's
That's
talking.
what I'm talking about.
Pulp Fiction. Yeah, I don't know. Pulp Fiction is what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not really a Bruce Willis movie though.
But I don't know. I'm just like that. Like that's a Bruce Willis character
He's
that I remember.
in that movie, but that's not a Bruce Willis movie. You
And
know
then
what I'm saying?
I also remember the shit where they're asking The Fifth Element.
Yeah, that's a solid movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It sucks when you go back and watch it again.
I'm sure it does, but I'm just saying it's like, it's a crowd pleaser.
Dude.
The Last Boy Scout, though, fucking watch that movie. That's a great fucking action movie.
Like, if you go back and watch The Fifth Element, the fucking black guy in that movie is so fucking annoying.
Chris Tucker?
Oh my God. Shut the fuck up.
That's like his thing, though.
Yeah, but he's being like gay too. And you're just like, bro, zip it.
Yeah.
We're trying to watch Space Monsters right now.
Yeah. He has a silly haircut, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's like a walking rendition of like the guy that that Goofy little Goofy wants to go see.
Little Goofy?
Like the Goofy movie.
Yeah.
Like the weirdo like superstar that he's trying to go watch instead of going fishing with his dad. That's what he looks like.
Goddamn you, Max. You should have spent the day with your dad.
Yeah. What about that pizza in the Goofy movie? I still remember that being gooey.
Yeah. Yeah, they just that totally oversold pizza in that movie.
I don't know. I'll fuck some pizza up every time.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. What's going on in the world today?
Somebody asked me if I think that all of these plane issues are because they legalized marijuana and the pilots are just coming to work all stoned. And I said,
don't.
absolutely not.
I think a lot of them are just because everyone sucks at their job.
I think pilots are more of like the cokehead type
Yeah, for sure.
than the blazer
they're-
of the weed.
They're uppers, not downers.
Yeah.
They're trying to get on that fucking
They're
red eye.
fucking uppers, dude.
Yeah, there you go. Dude.
They're fucking uppers, man. Dude, I saw a military plane take off today,
Yeah.
and that shit did not look. I was like, that shit's not getting off the ground.
And did it?
You did. It just was like the slowest, like,
Yeah.
I was like, this is fucking weird. It's like somebody put this simulation in like fucking 0.5
Yeah.
time. Like,
My wife was like, we should take the kids down to the fucking airport to have them look at airplanes taking off. I was like, is that a thing? Like, who gives a shit?
my stepmom and my sister used to do that.
Yeah.
I used to think the same thing.
Yeah. Who cares?
Like, I guess there's like a certain place you can go. You drive to like a hill or something like that, and then
yeah,
the planes
they'll fly
are
like right over your head.
coming over you. Yeah.
Sounds like it's a good way to just have a plane land
But I
on
feel like
you.
you're like 6 years too late on this idea,
Yeah.
Mrs. Long.
Yeah.
Right? Like your kids are like in middle school now.
Yeah, I mean, if I brought
They
my
don't care
12-year-old there, he'd probably be like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
I want to go home and doom scroll.
Yeah. That is all they do. They just don't want to be on their phone all day long. It's kind of depressing. Oh, well.
Oh yeah, I was listening to last week's show,
Yeah.
kind of taking notes, and when you were like, when somebody gives you the opportunity to be like, try this,
Yeah.
right? Like, how fucking funny would it be to actually try it and be like, this is the best thing I've ever had.
Yum.
What are you talking about? You're an idiot.
Yeah.
This is how it's supposed to taste.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
Really, I want to put it in my
Like-
mouth and then spit it in their face. Be like, you're right, it
I
is
like
gross.
Bro, that'd be another great one. You fucking take one bite. Ah! Ah!
Pull your own trigger,
You, like,
just
go into,
fucking
like,
vomit.
fucking
Yeah.
convulsions and shit, dude. That'd be so fucking
Yeah.
funny.
Like the taster style.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, trying to think. We haven't really done anything this past week that warrants talking about. I feel like I've had a pretty uneventful week at work.
I've been thinking about fucking Armando telling Jason Kidd that he was on the Olympic
Yeah.
equestrian team.
And Jason Kidd just being like, I'm a gold medal winning fucking Olympic athlete, you know?
Like, that is funny that he like had the wherewithal to be like, do you want to speak to my children? But
Yeah.
at the same time be like, I don't care about your accomplishments.
Yeah. Would you like to talk to my 17-year-old who can then tell you that he's a 76ers fan? Like an asshole?
So I had this guy today, one of the first guys that I had. He travels all the time and stuff, and he's like telling me that he's been to Singapore a bunch.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've seen
Fucking kids.
No, I think
No.
Singapore is for like fucking ladies. at
Yeah,
least.
that's true. Yeah.
Maybe lady boys. No,
I
that's
think it's
Thailand, right?
Well, one of them, I think maybe it's Vietnam or Thailand. One of them like is a big like hotspot for like white guy businessmen to like go and have sex with kids. Yeah, it's like Epstein Island type shit.
I don't think it's Singapore.
Anyway.
But anyway. Because this dude was kind of like a Massachusetts bro, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And basically he was like, oh yeah, I've been traveling all around. He's like, listen, if you want like a woman from back in time, he's like, you got to get someone from Singapore.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. And I was just like, this guy's fucking crazy. Just like, and it's the same thing. Like, as soon as you start talking about this out loud, like I was like, I see you're a purveyor of fine.
Yeah. Is he wearing like Birkenstocks?
I don't know. You can't see people's shoes, bro. You
Oh.
can't ever get a good judge. There's way too many slide-on shoes at the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the thing, though. Like, to go through security and be able to... I'm a normal functioning human being who can take on and off shoes in a timely manner, but I got to imagine a lot of people are just like, this is easier.
I guess. I don't understand, like, do people even tie their... Like, I don't tie my shoes
Oh, yeah.
to, like, keep them on. I tie my shoes to keep the laces from, like, being all over
Yeah.
the place. You know what I mean? Like, my shoes are being... Like, every shoe is a slide,
Yeah.
essentially.
Pretty
right?
much.
Like,
I haven't tied these shoes probably in like 3 years. Yeah.
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 So what do we... I don't understand why
Yeah.
we have to get so terrible. But it made me think, like, that guy saying that statement, like, oh, you want to go get an all traditional woman? Because the guy sitting next to him was like, oh, I had a military buddy that did that. He got divorced and he went over there.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. And I was like, basically, I was like, your mom followed this thing as well. She was like, I'm just gonna get me a nice immigrant, follows orders.
Yeah. Oh, my mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, instead of it being like a fucking divorced dad that's
Yeah.
like, no, I got this new young Taiwanese lady. It's like your mom's like, oh, I'm going to go the immigrant route this
Yeah.
time around. And
I'm going to get a hardworking
Oh,
Mexican.
yes. So I just thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then to circle back, I watched my psycho Boston guy that was like ragging on the Lakers and stuff
Yeah.
about the Seinfeld. And really, the guy looked like George.
Oh, okay. So it's a Costanza-looking
He
motherfucker?
looked, yeah, he should have said Costanza-looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
They can't fault him for that.
And I definitely am on board that I can't go to Red Sox Yankees and be like, look at all these Seinfeld
Seinfeld-looking
motherfuckers.
motherfuckers,
Up in here.
yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna get me in trouble. But yeah, the guy pretty much looked like George Costanza, and he had like long wavy blonde hair, but he was losing it.
Yeah.
It was like you should have.
So he's holding on for dear life to it?
Yeah, it was like, dude, this is a Costanza ass
Yeah.
motherfucker. So the guy,
You're right.
Well, yeah, he was a Seinfeld, but yeah, I don't know.
Converse shoes are gay. Why?
I don't know. I just
Like
don't
old
like
Chuck
them.
Taylors?
Yeah, I see people wearing them, and they're
Oh,
like,
are they back again?
I don't think they ever go away. They're always like tied too tight,
Yeah.
just looking silly.
They always
Actually-
reminded me of like the old school wrestling shoes. Like, remember like when it was
Yeah.
like fucking the Iron Sheik and shit? Like those kind of I
Oh,
didn't
the Iron
understand that.
Sheik shoes, those are crazy.
Yeah. It
Dude,
goes
I
with
used
the
to-
fucking spike on them and shit.
I wrestled for like 2 seasons, I think.
Yeah.
And there was this one kid that had like that Mike Tyson syndrome where you get a boner. Like from like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just amped up when you get a hard on. He would a couple times he would win and then like raise his hands. You just fucking see his fucking pecker sticking in his singlet, and you're just like, dude, what?
Why are you rubbing up on dudes getting
What,
boners,
dude?
man?
Yeah, like I've never understood why this, and I do not feel
Yeah.
like this trickled down to be like a bullying situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't remember if he was a good wrestler or not. So like maybe it was when people were like, oh, you fucking go say something to him.
Yeah.
He's gonna fuck you up with that boner.
Yeah.
You want that in your back?
Are you did you ever wrestle as a kid?
No.
No.
No, because wrestling's all about like weight
Weight
classes.
class,
So I
yeah.
was like a scrawny little kid back in the day.
Yeah.
So never made it.
Those
But
are
I
the
did-
kids that are usually the best wrestlers. I had a buddy who was like, I mean, granted, he was only like fucking, I don't know, he was like a foot and a half shorter than I was as a senior, and maybe like a $120 soaking wet. But he was like a fucking almost like a state champion because of just the fact that he was a senior wrestling like freshman.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. Yeah, I think by the time I think I just put on enough weight to where it was like an issue, and
Yeah.
I was never gonna. I was basically like in the same weight class as my buddy, and I remember him when we were graduating middle school.
Yeah.
Of him being like psyched about like, oh, I'm going out for wrestling, da 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 da, and I
Yeah.
wanted to be like, yo, you know this isn't like WWF, right? Like, you know this is fucking gay.
We're not doing one single
Yeah,
fucking
like, you know this is
turnbuckle
fucking
move.
stupid
Yeah.
shit, right, bro?
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, no, I guess his cousin did it and some shit, and they were all into it
Yeah.
and stuff. And I was like,
My nephews were all into it. My nephews were all like smaller kids though, so that's why.
yeah.
Like if
Yeah,
they were
no.
tall enough, it's like you should be playing basketball.
I feel like it ruined me for street fights for the rest of my life because like that is my intuition is
Yeah,
to go
is to
for
take
the
'em to the
takedown
ground?
first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I just any street fight I ever get into, I take like 4 shots to the head trying to take this
Trying to pull him
motherfucker.
down?
Yeah, instead of just like squaring up. It's like why are you like this?
I mean, to be fair, that's pretty much the best way of doing it, though. If you can, it's to like take them down.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to fucking land punches on somebody's fucking head when they're like moving towards you. People don't appreciate that. That's why what you got to do in a regular street fight is just punch them in the fucking stomach, dude. If somebody punched me in the stomach, I would piss my pants and just fall down and start to cry. Like if you hit me in the kidney, it would be over. Like I'm so doughy right here. It's like there's nothing protecting anything here.
Yeah.
So, like the average person, like you punch them in the kidney, like they're not getting up. It's just not happening.
Yeah,
So-
you got to get the right street fights. I feel like there's a lot of variables going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like a normal boxing
Yeah, I'm just saying
match,
if you have him like and you're like grappling and like he has his whole fucking side open, just start
I see what you're
fucking
saying. Yeah,
hammering
yeah,
him like
yeah,
in the
yeah.
side.
Why are you even trying to hit him in the head?
Yeah, exactly.
Just fucking. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that in my cliff notes
What?
next time I get into a problem.
I'm gonna punch people in the kidneys.
Yo, what
Yeah.
about that chick that you sent out to collect your money for you and she got beat up?
I didn't send her to collect my. It was like I was a pimp being like, "Go get my money, bitch."
I was like having
Yeah.
Renee listen to that,
Yeah.
and then like I just started laughing. I go, I wonder if she got dessert,
Yeah.
and even if she didn't, she got a knuckle sandwich for dessert.
Yeah, she got fucked up, man.
Were there any Did you have to respond to any other callbacks?
What, like from the cops and shit? Yeah, well, they came back to try and get our statements because nobody else in that, like, good for them. They were being good hood trash, but nobody was talking to the cops. So, like,
No
even the girl, who got the shit beat out of her was like, I don't know those people. It's like, all right. So, yeah, they came back and were like, I don't know, man. They were all together. So, good luck, Like, I didn't see anything.
Nobody's getting that money.
Yeah. Oh, the money that they ended up paying the rest of it. Like before they left, the fucking girls were like, all right, we'll pay and we'll get them from but then once they got outside and they had the altercation, that's when shit blew up.
That's
So
awesome.
we got paid. We didn't give a shit. But,
It's over.
yeah. What's this?
Well, today I did actually wait on a porno lady today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So I had no idea. This chick, this is a rough picture of what she looks like.
Yeah.
But she has like bright pink hair now, and she was wearing like bright I don't know what you call those things, like the socks that go over. She was wearing like leg warmers
Yeah.
that were like rainbow colored,
Yeah.
and she had on like I don't know. She looked like a fucking
Porn star? Yeah.
not even like she looked like a fucking like gay like strawberry shortcake or some shit.
All
You
right.
know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
she didn't sit down at my bar and I wasn't like this chick puts peckers in her mouth on videotape. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I just thought she was like
A
I just
weirdo?
thought she was like a fucking
RISD kid or something?
Yeah, like a RISD liberal or something. You know what I mean? So she asked me to make her the dumbest drink ever. Like she makes me read it off of her phone, and it was Bailey's, Kahlua, and amaretto shaken in a martini glass.
Okay.
I'm like, so you don't want vodka, you don't want espresso,
Yeah.
and she's like, no, it's like an espresso martini. I'm like, all right, like so I'm
It's
like,
not, but here you go.
so I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
this broad's dumb and she's not going to pay me. So she gives me like $20 cash. And I'm like, all right, normally an espresso martini would be like $17. But because this is just like schnapps, like I rang it in as like Bailey's or whatever, and it ended up being like an $8 tip for me or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, even though this broad didn't intentionally give me a nice tip, it's like still worked out that way.
Yeah.
So she still kind of like had my respect. So I wasn't like this fucking dumb piece of shit. You know what I
Right.
mean? So whatever. She has her drink. She leaves. Doesn't really say another word. Like she's not very social with me. But she was talking to the couple that was sitting next to her.
Yeah.
And then so she leaves and whatever. I come back and say, hey, we're going to get some more drinks going, da da da. And the lady's like, guess what that girl does for work? And I was like, I don't fucking know.
Is she a
Like,
Mason?
yeah. Like, oh, man. I wish I had something funny for that. And I was like, I don't know. And she's like, she does porn. And I was like, well, I guess so.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I literally am like, I was like, well, did you look her up? And yeah.
Well, let me do it for you.
No, so that's what I did. So I typed into Google. I got to make sure I clear my shit out before my next family fucking
Yeah, no
holiday.
shit.
I was like, I think I typed in porn stars with pink hair, tattoos, and piercings, and there was like a list like 20, I don't know, emo something
Yeah.
centric only fan creators. So I clicked on that. I started scrolling. Just the second one in.
Yeah. Damn.
I said, "There's the broad right there."
So the second most famous pink-haired fucking
Pink-haired, tattooed
porn star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she really, if you just looked at her, if you just looked at like her face right there, she looks like this girl that I used to work with at TGI Fridays. Like,
Yeah.
so crazily.
Yeah, but she's got a nice face.
Yeah, but
Good looking girl. A little
Mm.
weird, but yeah.
Yeah, she'll fucking probably.
I don't like anybody with like those gauges in their ears. That's like an immediate like ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. That's it. That's the end of my excitement for this week.
Yeah.
I'm like offended. She didn't try to film any content with me in the airplane bathroom or
No.
anything. You know, I wasn't cool enough.
Well, I'm sure your wife wouldn't have really appreciated that anyway.
I don't wear my wedding ring at work, so
I don't either.
I was fair game to her. You know,
Yeah. The bar rot.
huh?
The bar rot. Is that why you don't wear it or?
Yeah. It's not like I get bar rot under it, but it's like,
Oh, I get bar rot under it all the time.
especially at the airport when you're like the airport, you still use like the three bay sink system
Yeah.
where you're like doing your dishes.
Yeah.
So it's like once you get water under it, it's just flying. Like, you know what I mean? It's just flying off. And my wedding ring's heavy. It's like a fucking tungsten carbide. Like it's twice as thick as like a normal ring because I'm a psycho.
Yeah. It's the shit that can like stop a steel door.
Yes.
Yeah.
It probably put a dent in something, but
You ever see the movie The Abyss?
nope.
No.
Maybe. I've seen a lot of weird movies like that, like halfway through from watching them with my stepmom, but I
Yeah.
would fall asleep.
Ed Harris, he's like plays like the guy. They're all like divers or whatever. There's like aliens at the bottom of the ocean.
What? I gotta watch this shit.
It's a fucking good
They're
movie.
just telling you what the truth is.
Yeah.
That's what's really going on.
Well, anyway, he's got a wedding ring, and at one point in time, like there's like a door that's closing or whatever. Like the fucking area's like filling up with water, and he like manages to shove his hand in there, and it like catches on the wedding ring. So
And he dies.
no, he lives. Yeah.
Oh.
But he keeps it open with that, so then he's able to pull it
Ah.
apart.
What a smart guy.
Yeah.
Nothing will ever trump his role as I changed my mind about being a terrorist bad guy in The Rock.
Oh, The Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was he was good in that.
What about the guy? I think the guy that there's like two mercenaries in that are like, no, we're going through with this.
Oh yeah, Candyman and
yeah, and the other guy is in Commando,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
He's the dude that Arnold's. He's like, I thought you were going to kill me last, Mason.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the guy, right?
Yeah, that is the same guy.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Is that the same guy?
I almost would bet.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think it is him. But he looks different in that movie, in The Rock.
Yeah, because it's like 20 years in between the two
Yeah, that's
movies.
true, actually. Shit. Yeah. That
You know-
fucking cast was awesome. All those bad guys are like, you know them from other things, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah. It's a fucking great movie.
great fucking. I don't know.
One of the other black guys, I think, was from not Boys in the Hood. Maybe it was Menace to Society. But yeah. Anyway.
Like that movie, like I swear, if you go back and watch that movie, though, it's got to be like one of the cheesiest Nicolas Cage.
I don't think you've seen enough Nicolas Cage movies if you think that was one of the cheesiest. Have you ever seen The Wicker Man?
Nope.
Dude, you got to fucking watch that movie.
Doesn't he play Ghost Rider too? He's
Yeah, he
probably
plays
pretty
Ghost Rider.
cheesy in
Dude,
that.
he's in so many terrible movies that are just hilarious to watch. Yeah.
Have you seen any of the National Treasure?
Yeah. National Treasure is like a solid like adventure movie or
Like
whatever.
the first one's
First
all
one's
right.
good.
But
Yeah.
isn't there like two more? And you're like,
I think
holy
there's
Christ,
one
like, how
more,
mu-
and I don't think it was good.
How
I
much
remember.
further are we going down?
Yeah. Haven't we discovered all of the National Treasure? At what point in time do we find like the Jew bones?
Nice. They're like, we want to tell you about the Freemason secrets and the giants, but
Yeah.
it's not allowed.
Yeah, can't do that. Nicolas Cage is a fucking legend, though, man. All of his movies are fucking good. Did you see the movie where he plays himself in it? It's called like the weight of, I don't know. It's a fucking long ass stupid title, but it's a recent movie. It's a comedy though, where he plays himself, and then like Pedro Pascal, you know who that is? Like the Mexican American actor or whatever. He plays like an obsessed fan who's also like a member of a cartel, and he like hires Nicolas Cage to like come to his birthday party. It's fucking hilarious. It's a great movie.
That sounds pretty funny.
Yeah.
He like never lets him go. He's like, no, you're mine now.
Well, it's just like Nicolas Cage gets down there and realizes what's going on. But yeah, it's fucking great. It was a funny movie. Very meta. Like it's Nicolas Cage being in on the joke of himself, you know? So that's cool. Yeah, it was a good movie. Yeah,
He has a son that's like a metalhead that like shows up to all the shit with like long black hair and all blacked out and like
Yeah.
leather pants and stuff.
I mean, the whole family's weird. He's a Coppola, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that whole fucking family is just like weird.
Didn't he like
Yeah.
at one time bankrupt himself from buying like a bunch of silly stuff?
Yeah, you know,
Like,
he
he had,
was
like,
like
a
obsessed
full
with he was obsessed with Elvis memorabilia.
They're like
bankrupt
dinosaur
himself.
bones too.
That too, yeah.
He's like, no, I got like a full size T-Rex. Like, how much did that
Have
cost?
you ever been to the
Everything
Smithsonian?
I
I
had.
fucking own everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, fucking the old man, Coppola, just bankrupted. Well, I don't know if he bankrupted himself, but he just dumped a ton of money into that new movie he made called like Megalopolis, which is like universally like everybody who saw that movie was just, this movie's insane. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's terrible, horribly acted. Like, it's just an awful movie. He spent like $100 million though, like making it himself.
Did a millionaire with Alzheimer's make this? Yes.
Yes,
he did.
100%. That's exactly who did it.
He did.
Yeah.
Did a man surrounded by yes men?
I want to watch it just
Write
because,
and
like,
direct.
I want to fucking see like just how crazy it is.
Have you ever watched Waterworld?
Oh yeah, I love Waterworld.
Does it
Waterworld's yeah.
But it was a box
huge
office
flop. Huge
right?
flop.
Does it suck
Yeah.
as bad as it flopped?
Oh, probably. That's just it, though. I don't think like a movie sucking is a bad thing. Like if you suck the right way, it can be a really good movie. Still, I watch fucking terrible movies all the time. I love it. You know, like make it funny at least if you're gonna be fucking terrible.
Yeah. What about a movie like you make the whole movie just to, like piss the audience off at the end?
Like what? Or
Like, I'll give you an example. I remember leaving the theater watching Pay It Forward.
oh, is that the Kevin Spacey movie?
I don't know. I think it's got like Haley Joel Osment in it, and
Like
he
Kevin,
like it's
Kevin
like,
Spacey plays like the teacher with like the fucked up face or something, right?
I feel like I don't even. All I know is that the kid trying to pay it forward dies at the end. And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why did you do that to us?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, just that's the whole message, I guess, behind it.
I don't know. I just remember leaving that movie being like, I don't
Fuck this.
This does not sit right with me. I don't fucking like this.
I haven't walked out of many movies. I walked out of Matrix, the third one, whatever that one's called, Revolutions or something, or
Where they're all like partying
was that one?
in their subterranean orgy.
Yeah. I just remember not understanding anything that was happening and just being like, I think I should leave. Like at one
Yeah.
point in time, they'd like just made so many like nonsensical like fucking monologues where like at the end of it, I was like, am I supposed to know what the fuck is going on right now? Like I have no idea.
It's like, you know, the brothers that are writing this are about to come out as trans women, right?
Well,
Like, this movie doesn't make any sense.
it literally didn't. I mean, the whole time I was just, I just was like, I'm going to go now.
The second Matrix is where it's at.
See, you say that, but I don't think I even really like the second
It's
Matrix.
only the first time. I think it's only the first time that you watch it.
Yeah.
Like with that action scene, like it's like a 20-minute long action sequence. Where
Yeah.
they're like fighting in that weapons hall.
Yeah,
and
the dudes with the white dreads and shit.
yeah. And then
Yeah.
they start chasing them, and
Yeah.
then Trinity takes the key maker on the motorcycle and shit. Like,
Yeah.
like it's. I just remember watching that, being like,
You know what, though?
like it just kept fucking going, dude. I was
Yeah.
like, holy
Yeah.
shit! Like, I can't stop coming.
Have you seen Grandma's Boy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't stop coming. Yeah.
Did you tell people about that? Yeah.
You sleep in a car bed. Yeah, but it's a fucking sweet car.
Bro, that dude is so annoying now.
Swartzen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, everywhere he is, he's just kind of he's your typical podcast guest that just kind of is a know nothing. Yeah.
There was a time though, like when Grandma's Boy came out, like I thought he was so fucking funny. Like
Yeah.
his one stand-up special, Seriously, Who Farted?
Yeah. Oh, it's hilarious.
Hilarious.
That's the one where he has the joke with watch, whatever, with like
Yeah.
he lays his dick across his wrist. Yeah.
Or it's the one where he's like gonna blow his head off with a t-shirt cannon.
Yeah.
Like there's so
Yeah.
many good bangers on there. And then like I hear him now and I'm like, dude, this guy fucking sucks, dude. It's almost like him and like Burt Kreischer. Like I just can't. I
Yeah.
don't like either one of them.
Well, I think his problem is that maybe it's the same problem Bert has at this point, but he's like pickled himself. Like he's not even like, you can kind of tell.
Well,
like,
he's sober now.
yeah, but like
Swartzen
it doesn't
is.
matter. You do that kind of damage to your fucking
Yeah.
body, like it takes a toll. Like he was a fucking raging alcoholic for like 25 years.
He like
you know?
he almost drank himself to death at an airport.
Yeah.
Like I've heard him
That's your boy.
I've heard him tell a bunch of stories about like near death experiences
Yeah.
from drinking and been like, when is this guy gonna figure it out? Like he's gonna drink himself to death.
Yeah.
That's it. But now he talks about being sober and being like in control of the problem and shit like that, which good for him. Like I don't want him to die. It's just like I don't know. He's just
I just
so,
want him to
like,
go away.
yeah, like he just
Yeah.
think it's like he knows in his heart how fucking cool he is.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you were like a little bit more humble, dude, you'd
Yeah.
be like, I think that's what Shane will shit on himself all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're like, I just don't get that from.
You know who like is always on my feed, and he has a podcast now or whatever, and it's Billy Corgan, and I like the Smashing Pumpkins, I do, but like listening to Billy Corgan, he's like the most unlikable person
Bro,
ever.
I agree,
He's
man.
like so just absolutely egomaniacal.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, and everything he says is just how somebody ripped him off on this, or how he came up with this idea first, or how like it's just like, dude, enough, like. God damn, dude, you're insufferable.
He's like the coolest, most knowledgeable person in
Yeah.
the room on everything.
Yeah.
He's like a real Steven Seagal type.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. You know, like he'll go through like a fucking story about how like Nirvana stole like the fucking, you know, their guitar sound from him. And it's like, that doesn't even make sense, man.
Yeah.
Like, God damn.
I don't know why he was on, like, were we talking about the Bill Burr,
Yeah.
Billy
Yeah.
Corgan thing on the show or something? And then
Yeah.
he was on Rogan, like, shortly after we talked about that.
Yeah.
And I, like, tried to give it a listen. And I gave up, like, 10 minutes
Yeah.
in. I was like, I don't like this fucking guy.
No, I don't like him either. But that fucking one album was an absolute masterpiece. But that doesn't mean I have to fucking like you, you know?
Yo, to me, it's crazy that to me, Smashing Pumpkins is like a one-hit wonder, bro.
No, that's like, they had two good albums. And the one album was an absolute, from start to finish, like, masterpiece of American. Like, I'm not even fucking around. Like, I put that in the same vein as like a fucking White Album or, you know, fucking Beatles
What
Revolver
album
or something.
are we talking about?
The Melancholy and Infinite Sadness.
Is that the double disc?
It's the double album. It's the double CD. It's like totally bizarre. There's so many songs on there where you're just like, how the fuck does this even make sense in like that era of music?
Yeah.
You know, like you put on like some of those songs and then you put on like the Soundgarden album and you're like, these came out the same fucking year. This is insane. Like, I don't know. It was just, to me, it was like a tour de force of just like one of the best like orchestral, like incredible music experiences ever. I was just like, this album is insane.
I think like
Yeah.
your brother did you a solid and got you into listening to real music
Yeah.
earlier in your life than me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't get into that classic rock shit probably until like I was coming out of my college times.
Yeah.
Where like you got into it earlier, so you heard contemporary music of our generation. And
Yeah,
you were like,
tinted
oh
with
shit,
that.
like
Yeah.
this is actual music.
Right.
Where to me, I was like, oh, like this isn't fucking like headbanging metal. This is gay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Don't get
I
me
probably
wrong.
owe Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness a re-listen.
Well, I was going to tell you, don't get me wrong. Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness is a gay album for sure. It's just like that's kind of like his vibe. He's like kind of like an effeminate dude, but it's absolutely a gay album. Like the fact that I like it as much as I do, I'm probably a little embarrassed of. But at the same time, I'm like, I can't deny that. Like musically, like arranged wise, it's an insane album. You listen to that album, and it's just like every fucking song is like they're almost completely different, but then also like so meshed together. It's like it's incredible. It's an incredible album to listen to, like from start to finish. And they have some hard shit on those fucking albums too. Like they weren't like just a pussy band. Like it wasn't just 1979 33 with like the harps and shit and whatnot. They have a bunch of those songs, but then they also have like songs like Tales from the Scorched Earth. It's like that's a fucking hard ass song, you know? So just saying, give it a listen. It's a fucking great album.
Yeah.
Like I put it in my pantheon of top 5 to 10 albums of all time.
I probably haven't listened to that album since I had a fucking Discman.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
or since
And
I
even
had
then,
like
though, a lot of the people though just listen to like, you know, fucking Bullet with Butterfly Wings and like we're like, well, that's the song off this album. It's like, dude, that was the worst song on the fucking album.
yeah.
Yeah. So food for thought.
That's all I listened to.
Yeah.
I said that's it.
Yeah. Well, if you want to fit it in between your listenings of Limp Bizkit's Rolling, you know.
No, I probably got that. You know what I was probably listening to more at the time when I got that album is probably like Antichrist Superstar.
Yeah.
Probably, whatever soundtrack that was that had like a perfect drug on it.
Oh, that was The Crow, wasn't it?
No, it was Lost Highway,
Oh, okay.
which I think is another like weird movie to watch if
Yeah.
you like twist endings and like what the fuck is going on.
was that
here.
Sean Penn?
I don't know who's in it. I don't think I ever really watched the movie. I think
Or no, I'm thinking of U-Turn maybe.
I think Sean Penn is in Lost Highway.
Is he in that too?
I
All
could
right.
be I could be wrong, but that did strike a chord being like, oh yeah, you're right.
Either way,
See, I don't know. I was listening to more like
the Crow soundtrack was good too, though.
heavy at
Yeah.
like I don't know, like even like there's a few songs on like there's some Marilyn Manson remix album. Smells Like Children. That's what it's
Yeah.
called. But like there's a couple songs on there that are just like so fucking heavy for no reason.
Yeah.
And back then I was like, this is the bomb. Like I listen to them now and I'm like, what? This is just too much noise at once. What
Yeah.
are we doing here?
You
So,
know what though, Marilyn
I didn't
Manson.
have musical appreciation back when I had that album.
Yeah, Marilyn Manson though, like Antichrist Superstar, that kind of like was a little bit of like a melancholy vibe to it, where like there were a few songs on there, like was it that song like Orchid or something, or
Bro, that's like
Yeah.
one of my albums that I'll put up there.
Yeah.
that people are like, what?
no? I mean,
And it's like, don't forget that you know what this guy looks like.
Right, yeah.
Just listen to what he's saying.
yeah, Tourniquet's another good song.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a lot of like anti-government, anti-religion, you've been led down the wrong path and lied to kind of
Yeah.
undertones to that album and shit. Like, it's like not necessarily what you would think like a dude wearing makeup wearing pantyhose
yeah.
would be.
A guy wearing prosthetic tits.
Yeah, like if
would
you
look
told
like.
if you
Yeah.
made like Morgan Wallen record Antichrist Superstar, like the country folks would be like, this album is a banger.
yeah, yeah.
You know, because it's all about fucking.
And also, I mean, the fucking songs, like, believe it or not, like you could fucking if you put like a fucking hip hop beat behind some of those like songs, you would be able to dance. That shit would be in the clubs.
Yeah.
That was the famous thing I always loved. Marilyn Manson would say, which like, because every time you would go to the strip club, like in that era of time, like in the early 2000s, like mid 2000s, like you'd be waiting for the girl who came out to like a fucking Marilyn Manson song, because you know that would be the fucking craziest girl you saw all night.
Yeah.
So he was quoted as being like, you got to give the strippers something to shake their ass to, you know? Like that was kind of their vibe, you know? It was like the, you know, it's like, they were fucking good.
I mean, dude, man, every Manson show that I've ever been to has always had like chicks
Yeah.
involved.
Oh yeah, and those chicks would fucking do some
Like-
weird shit.
Yeah, like one time I remember he had like they're all dressed up as like nuns,
Yeah.
and then the girl like bends over with her ass to the crowd, and he like fucking takes a like he lifts her like nun skirt up, and she has like a fucking crucifix microphone like coming out of her ass.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not actually in her ass, but it's like.
Are you sure?
No.
I'm not.
Well, he got arrested for mad shit like that, so I
Yeah.
would assume he would tone it down. This is like later on in his
Yeah.
career, you know what I mean? Like after, and it's after Antichrist Superstar. It's not that tour. It's like
Yeah.
2 albums after that
Oh,
where he's
okay.
touring, you know?
Like the Dope Show era, kind of.
Past that album.
Yeah,
Like,
alright.
I don't even remember what the album after that is called. It's got the one song that's like Guns, God, and Government or something.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the name of the album, but yeah, so basically he just like, he takes this off to reveal this like prosthetic, and then he's just like singing the part where he gets all like
Yeah.
doing that low tone shit like into the microphone coming out of the girl's ass, and the microphone was a crucifix,
Yeah.
and she was in a nun uniform.
just
you know what
checking
I
all
mean?
the
And you're just like,
boxes.
holy shit, dude, what is this guy fucking doing?
Yeah.
Like, I like remember coming home and like telling my parents about that, and they're like, "You think that's good?" I was like, "No, you don't understand.
Don't you get it,
You don't
Mom?
understand the visual irony of this."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Marilyn Manson, like, if you just take him as a rock, like, you know, he kind of became a victim of his own, like, hype bubble that he kind of, like, built around himself, where, like, it was more about the message than it was about the music. But, I mean, the early music was fucking good. Like,
Yeah.
they were a good band. Like that fucking, what is the other album? Portrait of the American Family?
That's the
a
first
fucking,
one.
Yeah, it's a fucking good album.
Portrait and Antichrist Superstar, even Mechanical Animals, one that has Dope Show on it and
Yeah.
stuff. Like again, if you take away the man tits
Yeah.
and all that weird shit, and you just listen to it like as an album,
It's a good, like, anti-establishment rock album.
Yeah. it is. It's probably more rock and roll than any of his other albums. Like
Yeah.
it's less metal and more like melody and
Yeah.
like
I mean, even though, like, even his metal shit though had like melody to it, like the dope hat or whatever. And that's
Yeah.
a very melodic sound, but also like a fucking metal song, you know? Yeah,
I don't know. There's a lot of shit, but I'm saying that's what I was listening to when I heard Rat in a Cage, and I was like, oh, I got to get this CD.
Yeah.
And then like
then you listen
start
to the rest of
listening
it,
to
nothing
and
else.
you're like, yo, what
yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah.
What the
I
what
mean,
the
there's
hell?
a couple songs on there like that, but they are mostly, I mean, a lot of it's fucking, like, they play instruments that you're just like, is that a fucking harp? That's a harp. And it's not just like a part of the song, it's the entire song. They're playing a harp, you know? It's
Yeah.
like, but then they'll also, like, you'll be listening and you hear like an almost like an EDM beat, and you're just like, And I mean, that was in fucking 2000 or not even. That was like fucking 98 probably.
I'm just like imagine Billy Corgan like hitting a note on the harp and be like, I discovered that note.
I built this harp with my bare hands. I don't know, it's like, what the fuck, dude? I mean, there were a lot of good bands in that era, but like to me, like I don't know, that one Smashing Pumpkins album like stands the test of time, where I could put it on to this day and be like, this is still incredible.
To me though, that the unfortunate thing about all of my childhood bands, if you will, like none of them stand the test of time. Like there's a few Korn songs that I'll still get down to. There's a few like this and that I'll still get down to.
You're not that angry anymore. You know? Like that's kind of what it comes down to.
I guess, but it's like, like I would much rather listen to like the rock and roll of my parents' era, than the shit that I grew up listening to.
Yeah. Well, I think that's just it. I think that shit is timeless, whereas like the shit we grew up listening to kind of had its moment in time, and it's like, yeah, like I could never imagine. I think I did listen to a Korn album one time, like maybe like a year ago or something, just to kind of be like, it's on Spotify. Why don't I just see what it like?
Yeah.
If I remember it being good, yeah, there were a couple tracks where I was like, oh yeah, this is not bad, but I'm just not that angry anymore.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would I want to be angry all day? I'm angry all day anyway, so why the fuck would I want to listen to shit that makes me even more angry?
Yeah.
You know, I think that's the difference. Is when you're younger, you feel like you need to like inject that anger into your life to like give you an outlet for like some sort of indignation that you're like searching for. And then the older you get, the more you're just like, no, I mean, I get like humiliated on a daily basis. I don't need to be like reminded of all of the things that are shitty in my life. Thank you.
You're just like, it's like, if you don't want to be angry, stop surrounding yourself with anger.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's like, also maybe the stakes are a little higher. Maybe I'm like, maybe I should be less angry, because like if I get myself more angry, maybe that's when I beat my kids and kill everybody.
I was just gonna say, it's like I went on a tour of my middle school music. I started hitting my family. Like,
exactly.
I don't know what happened to me.
All of a sudden, Chris Benoit made a lot of sense.
Bro, there's so many fucking funny Chris Benoit.
Yeah. I mean, if you can't laugh about it, what can you do? Yeah. I don't know. So yeah, so the older I get, the more I'm just kind of like, yeah, I could never imagine like listening to a fucking one. It's a shitty band. Actually, my brother makes fun of me all the time because I used to listen to Insane Clown Posse like a lot back then. Like when my 7th, 8th grade year, that was like the rock bottom of me listening to music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I had a friend from Michigan that like tried to preach
Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah. I remember that song Chicken Hunting.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, this isn't bad.
Yeah.
But then he's also the one that got me into like Kid Rock and Eminem.
Yeah.
Like I was friends with him in the 9th grade, and he used to wear Insane Clown Posse t-shirts all the time.
Yeah.
He was like, this is from Michigan. This is the shit. Da-da-da. And then like Eminem and Kid Rock came out in my 9th grade year.
Yeah.
And he's like, these guys are from Detroit. Da-da-da. They're fucking awesome. And it's like, I never heard about ICP from that kid again.
Yeah.
After that, because it was like new Michigan shit.
Yeah.
You know
well,
what I mean?
and also Eminem and Insane Clown Posse have like fucking huge beef.
Yeah, but that's why it wasn't a problem back then.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying though, that's probably why he stopped. Yeah.
No, I don't think he would have. I think he probably still would hold true to the ICP.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's probably still a juggalo to this day.
I mean, I think people had to understand the time and period of what ICP was. Most of it was just like word of mouth shit. So you just hear about like, the gathering of the juggalos in the woods. You'd be like, yo, so it's just some fucking place like in the middle of the woods where everybody just shows up, does drugs and shit and like dresses up like clowns. Like, that sounds kind of fucking cool. And then like you see it in live, in real life, and you're like, this isn't cool. This is sad. Everyone's like a fat weirdo who like, it's like, this is a nightmare, actually. Never mind.
They're pretty cool, though. Like, I've seen a few podcasts that they've gone on, and, like, they're all right. But
anybody who's lived that life must be fucking interesting at the very least.
They talk mad shit about Kid Rock, though, which I don't like.
I don't know. Kid Rock is kind of, he's not exactly a folk hero,
Yeah, he's kind of going in, like, reverse.
Yeah.
He's just slowly turning
Honestly, you know what he is? He's the new generation's Ted Nugent.
Yeah.
That's 100% what he is.
I was going to say
like
he's slowly
Nugent.
turning into Hulk Hogan, but
yeah.
you nailed it better with that.
Yeah. He was like the guy where, like, when we were kids, like, we would listen to Ted Nugent on CNN, like, talking about, like, farming and whatever the fuck other crazy shit he was into at the time. And you'd be like, Ted Nugent's getting weird, huh? Like, that's what Kid Rock is now.
Yeah. Yeah, the dude from ICP is like, Kid Rock's a fucking bigot, like saying all this shit. And I was like, Kid Rock fucking came up as a rapper. How can he be a bigot?
Do you ever see the picture of Kid Rock as a young kid with like the fucking high top? Fucking
bro. The
God
kid,
damn it! What Kid?
Kid and Play,
Kid and Play. Yeah.
dude. The Kid Rock album, fucking Devil Without a Cause.
Yeah.
I know fucking every word to that,
So
bro.
Ba
Like
With
that's
Da Ba?
one of, huh?
Ba With Da Ba?
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
I don't even listen to that anymore. Like
Yeah.
the rest of that album is a fucking banger.
Okay.
Like from like a rock and roll standpoint, and he gets away with saying a hard R in that album.
I mean, everyone got away with it back then.
No, because he has a song about dating a black girl and having a kid with a black girl.
Yeah.
Like early in his life, and then that girl like runs away or some shit, gets involved in the streets while he's on tour or some shit. And he says something to the effect of like she went home to get smacked by that dope dealing hard ER.
Yeah, I mean that's not a
And,
great
like,
look.
Yeah,
You know what though? Like
so maybe that's where that all comes from the ICP shit. I don't know.
maybe.
but-
You know what though? Some of it has to be like artistic license. You know,
It is because like that song that he says it in is not like a cool white boy song. It's like
Yeah.
a song about being like real tragedy and shit.
Right,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
So it's like it is like
Well, have you ever heard the song Bob Dylan's "The Hurricane"?
yes,
Yeah, that people are like all pissed off at that song or now, or like being like ashamed that Bob Dylan should be ashamed of himself for writing that song. It's like, first of all, it's a song about how like how much of an injustice it was that this poor black guy who was like the champion of the world in boxing, like, or was going to be, was like wrongfully imprisoned because of like racist cops in like 1962 for like 30 years, And the song is about that. And in the song, he says the N-word, but in the context of like what other people were saying about him kind of
Yeah.
thing. So it's like you have to be able to say the N-word in that context. Otherwise, the song doesn't make any fucking sense. You can't have a song about racism and then like shy away from like having that in the song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can't be like, and everybody say, the N-word and then like go into the rest of the song. It's like he said hard ER for a reason. Like
Yeah.
that's what it was supposed to be in the song. I'm not saying to fucking go around Crenshaw fucking yelling it, but just saying it's fine that he put that in the song. It's a fucking awesome song. So
I haven't heard that song in a while.
yeah, it's a great song.
What is it? What soundtrack is that on?
Well, I mean, they made a movie out of so it's the Hurricane, but Dazed and Confused. You ever see Dazed and Confused? Yeah. That's like the song that's playing when Wooderson is walking into the bowling alley.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. At least that's what I remember it from.
Yeah, it has to be from because that's like a song that I got turned on to by like my college roommate.
Yeah.
And he had like a bunch of like, he had the classic rock on lockdown, and he had a bunch of movie soundtracks on lockdown. So it's got to be from that.
Yeah. Dazed and Confused is the only thing I can think of other
And
than
I've
it being
seen
from
Dazed
the
and Confused
actual
a
movie.
million times too. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is then. That's a fucking awesome movie. They just don't make movies like that anymore.
no,
That's
the part that kid's like fucking. I came to this party to do two things: drink some beer and kick some ass.
Looks like I'm almost out of beer.
We're all out of beer. And that dude, that fucking.
That reminds me actually of a cool badass line involving Kid Rock. It was an episode of Workaholics or whatever, but the kid says, there's going to be, in this fight, there's only going to be two hits. Me hitting you and Kid Rock's Ba With Da Ba playing in the background.
That show doesn't get enough credit.
Yeah, it's a fucking awesome
That's
show.
a banger.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think you can get away with making a day. Like, actually, shit. Now that you think about it, you're going to be fucking depressed by this. Think of, like, what time period Dazed and Confused took place in. It was probably like I think it was like 1972 or 73 or something.
It's the last day of school on 1976.
Is that what it is? 76? All right. So it's 76. I watched that movie probably for the first time when I was probably like 15. So what does that put me at? Like 98? So that's 22 years, right? So that would be the equivalent of someone today watching a movie about like us in 2003. Like, that's fucking sad. It's like when you watch that movie, you were like, this happened a million years ago. It's like, it was 1977. It was 15 fucking years ago, you know? So, yeah, shit. No, I did the fucking math wrong. So that would have been like, yeah, 2000. Oh, no, I didn't. Yeah, so all right. So call it 98. So fucking 22. Yeah, so yeah, I guess that would have been it. 2003.
So like our freshman year of college.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, we would be the people in Dazed and Confused now. Like that era of us.
We'd be Wooderson.
Yeah. Well, yeah, back now if we went in 2003.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was doing. I was buying grams for $20 like an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in 2003, I was just drinking every single day.
Yeah.
That's basically what I was doing.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was well on my way to alcoholism.
Just being able to get down a shot of Crown and not throw it up on the floor.
Yeah. I was drinking and driving around all the time. Anyway. Got anything else?
I think I'm done.
I think we can call it.
Yeah. Episode 40 in the books.
Yeah, go fuck yourselves.
Nice.